Hello, everybody. This is Jacob from WagerMeThis. Whenever you guys get in here, let me know what this looks like. Make sure it doesn't look like crap or is the wrong way or something. I haven't been live in a while, so I'm just kind of curious. Um, some of the way YouTube is doing it now is a little different. I haven't done this live enough. What's up, Skill? I'm trying to get a hold of you, sir, on the Discord thing. I got a question, Skill. Do you have my phone number? That is how bad is my delay? Is it about I have fiber optic now, so it should work pretty good. As long as I'm on the right stuff. I thought we did. I thought you did at one time or another. Because I would like to speak to you personally. Um, but anyways, we'll handle that in a minute or later or whenever. Um, but let's do some craps tonight.
What? What?
Okay, that's fine. But we'll figure it out on the Discord or whatever. We can do a private message thing and figure that out. You guys can talk. But anyways, let's do some craps. I've been doing aggressive videos and I've been doing short bankroll videos. Basically, I'm just doing the videos. Been busy in Africa. What's up, Richard? How have you been, dude? Okay, sounds great, Skill. But anyways, I've been trying to do the things people are asking for, and trying to kind of answer questions, this and that. So today I'm going to do something slightly different. And I absolutely know this one is going to be controversial. I've shown some of this before. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show how I like to miss numbers. All right, how I like to, because I play the don't and I play the hybrid, how I like to miss the point. All right, and the way I do it and the way my dice control mindset works, guys, I don't use dice control to hit numbers. I use dice control to miss numbers. And again, I only somewhat believe in dice control, not fully, but enough that this matters. So let's get a $1,500 bankroll, or it doesn't matter. We'll do a $500 bankroll because that's more reasonable for most. All right, $500 right there. And what I'll do is I'll start by setting a point, right? Start by that. So we got 500. So 10% of 500 would be 50. That's the way I would play this. We'll get us a point here. Move these over. I'm going to shoot from what would be stick right one. Again, guys, I shoot almost predominantly left-handed. I am right-handed, but I shoot left-handed. I feel like I have more control over the dice. Here we go. We have a 5-2-7. Okay. I never said I was going to miss the sevens on the come out. That's not really my game. I do try to hit the horn numbers, but missing the 7 on the come out, I don't think I can. Honestly, guys, I don't think I can miss the 7 in any fashion. It's not how my dice control operates. All right, there's a hard 4. It's not how I look at dice control at all. I don't think I can do anything with the 7. So here we go. 4. How would I miss the 4? Well, how many ways is there a roll for? There's 3, right? But there's only 2 in the sense of dice control. And let me explain why. All right? You got the hard 4. Then you got the 3-1 or the 1-3, right? What I like to do is I like to take the version of it that's not hard, all right? Not the non-hard version, no matter which number it is. 5 and 9 obviously don't have it. And I like to take put the 3s on top and put the 1s in the middle. And what I think this does is I think this makes it very hard for me to roll a 3-1 because I literally have to stay on axis with 1 and I have to get one of those inside ones to roll up. I think this is very difficult. Even if you just grabbed them and chunked them like this, I think you're going to be less likely to roll a 3-1. Now, again, guys, this is all my personal opinion, the way I play, how I act and react at the dice table. Now, does this work every time? Of course not. Of course, sometimes I miss. But let's get some bets out here. Let's bet the 5 and the 9 here. All right, let's put 50 in odds. This is just kind of a random play here, guys. All right, so we're gonna, and it doesn't matter. You could put the 1s on top and the 3 in the middle, but we're gonna go 3s on top, 1s in the middle. And now, guys, could I roll a 3-1? Of course I could. Of course I could. But what my goal is to make it as hard as possible to roll one. And that's what I think I do with this. And there's a 549. We hit the number we bet. Imagine that. All right, there's a $35 winner. We'll just pick up the 6. Again, guys, the chip placement really doesn't make any difference. What we're talking about here is rolling or not rolling numbers is the idea here. So we did the 3s on top that time. Let's do the 1s on top with the 3s in the middle. Again, with the 4 and the 10, it's kind of the same thing either way. We're just trying to make it as hard as we can to match those numbers up. And there's a 10 right there, hard 10. Now, this doesn't do anything for the hard way, right? The hard way is still going to be as effective as it always is. But remember, it's only 1 out of 36 chance to roll that hard way. 1 out of 36 chance. So I'll take that. Now I know the other one's only 2 out of 36, but guys, if you think about that, that's twice as much. That's twice as easy to roll the easy 10 as it is the hard 10 or the easy 4. We put the 3s on top this time, and we got a 12. And again, guys, all we're doing at this point, because we're playing hybrid, is all we're doing is trying to miss the 4. No matter what happens after that, it doesn't really matter, right? Whether if we roll a 7, great. We're still going to win. We're just trying to do everything we can to not roll a 4. And there's the hard 6. So that's a really good shot. I must have stayed pretty on axis, right? But we still didn't get the 1. Let's pick up the 8. So again, as usual, I got to let my dog out. For whatever reason, when I'm making a video, he wants out. I swear it never ceases to amaze me. The dog wants out when I'm making a video. But, so here we go. We're moving right along, right? We're picking up numbers. Still got our don't 4. We're going to put the 3s on top, the 1s in the middle. Here we go. And 617. So, in my world, this is a perfect world. Outside of that first come out loser, the rest of this went ideal. Quarter there, 50 cents there. Rack it all up. Start over. Return, right? Return, repeat, rinse, all that good stuff. 2. Hello, everybody. So here we go. Let's see if we get a different point this time. 1, 2, 1, 3 is what I shoot on the come out. I don't know that that matters. I don't think I'm doing anything special there, but we did roll a 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's going to win 50 bucks. Press that up, rack a quarter. Five, 4, 9. Okay, so this one's a little different, right? We have the 5, 4 and the 6, 3. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. You just do the same process with one of them. For example, skill, to answer your question, if I'm on the like 4 of the 10 and I keep rolling 6 4s, yeah, it's going to worry me a little bit. It means that I'm just one tumble of the dice, you know. But right here we got the 9. So what we'll do, let's put some money out there. We got 75, right? So we can go like this. So we got either the 6-3 or the 5-4, either one. So if you put the 5s on top, you put the 4s in the middle. Vice versa, 6 and 3, same thing. So we'll start with the 5, with the 4 in the middle. And again, all we're trying to do is dodge the 9. Now this does nothing for the 6-3. So if you roll the 6-3, that's just the cost of doing business, guys. Now, in this case, we shouldn't roll the 5-4, or at least in my theory, in what I'm saying, we shouldn't roll this 5-4. Now, could we roll the 6-3? Yeah, and it's just part of the game at that point. Obviously, we'd like to hit a couple 6s and 8s. And there's a 4-2-6, we'll take it. 35. Let's pick up the 5, rack 10 bucks. So let's try the 6-3 this time. Put the 6s on top, 3 in the middle. Again, I don't think this does anything for the 5-4. 4-3-7. Okay, perfect. We'll take it. We won $75 down here. We'll leave that there. And this is all I'm saying, guys, is that I think that I have found a way to not hit my points as often as others. I think I can use dice control techniques to miss my points as opposed to hit them. Which you'd think if I can do it that way, right, I could do it the other way. Well, it turns out I can't do it the other way because I've tried that a lot. But I have been able to do pretty well with this. So people then ask me, well, then why don't you just load up on the don't? Well, here's the deal is I don't want it to kill me when I miss, right? I still want to lose the minimum when I miss. Plus, I like to play the box numbers. I like to play light side. I just don't like to play light side against the 7. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 3. We have a 4-3-7. Again, guys, I don't think I can ever miss the 7. It's not something I think I can do. So when I roll one, I'm not trying to manipulate the 7. I don't think I can beat it. So when it happens, it happens. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. There's the 8. Okay, so here we go. We have the 5-3 or the 6 deuce to choose from. Same situation. This time, let's go 60 and odds on it. Let's put the pressure up a little bit, right? And let's grab all these. All right, put the pressure up a little. We're even money here if we roll a 7, but hopefully we hit a 4, 5, 9, or a 10 first. And again, guys, this isn't a strategy that I'm showing unless you're considering the dice control aspect of a strategy. I'm not really playing a consistent 6, 7, 8 or hybrid style here. I'm just kind of chunking it out there. Mostly because I just want to show more often than not I'm going to miss it. Thank you, buddy. More often than not, I'm going to miss these numbers. And again, so we're gonna take one of the numbers, 5, 3, or 6 deuce, and we're gonna manipulate it so one part of the number's inside. So let's start with 5, 3 with the 3's inside. All right, let's see if we can dodge that. 6, 3, 9, right there. Perfect. We're gonna win 35. We'll pick up the 6, rack $5. See if we can take off from here. All right, let's do 2's on top, 6's in the middle. Again, this doesn't matter. All you're doing, hopefully, is eliminating a couple of the combinations. And there's a 5, 1, 6. Perfect. All right, that's going to win 35. But again, you're not going to do anything for the others. Whatever the other combination is, you're going to be at the mercy of it. Plus, you're going to be at the mercy of the hard way. But if you can eliminate 2 of them consistently, if you're gonna, but again, my dice control thoughts are different than most everyone else. Most everyone else is trying to beat the 7. I have no plans on ever trying to do that. I've tried that, I can't do it. We're going 5's on top, 3's in the middle. And there's a 3, 2, 5. That's gonna win 35. Press our 6. So I'm not trying to prove anything here besides the point that I think you can eliminate some of your combinations when you're trying to dodge a don't. I think with some practice, like I've done, you can do this. Yeah. All right, here we go. That's 6, 2. 6 is on top, 2's in the middle. See if we can stay dodging. And there's a 5, 1, 6. We just pressed that sucker up. We're going to win 70. And I know this isn't going to be for everybody, right? People are going to laugh at me here. A lot of the dice control people are going to tell me that doesn't work. What's going on, Mr. Larry? But in this sense, it appears that I can do it, right? And I'm doing it live, like everyone always says, if it ain't live, it ain't real. I've never edited a video ever, so. And there, that was the 5, 3, 5, 3, or however you want to call it. We rolled a 5 for 70. Sorry, I need to call them out before I shoot them. That way we know. All right, so we pressed all the way across the board. We're up to the second green chip. What is going on, sirs? John from Pro Craps. Imagine that. Okay, so that's another thing. Obviously, you could take the hard 8 away, right? You could take that away easily. Cheap, right? Get 9 to 1. And you could definitely do that, 100%. Especially you get to this point, might as well, right? All right, let's go. 6 is on top, 2's in the middle. One, two, three. And again, see, that was kind of scary, right? Because if we would one more flip there, we would have got a 6-2. But again, guys, I always like to push the envelope, change things, think about it in different ways. And that's why I tend to kind of be a trendsetter in our world, in our YouTube world, because I'll do something that no one else does. So here we go. 6 is on top, 2's in the middle. And 3, 1, 4. And again, guys, it's not that I'm trying to buck any system or anything. I just, when I do the stuff that's traditional, it never works for me. So let's drop our VIG. We'll get 3 change. We're going to win $100. And this is what hybrid can do for you. If you miss for a while, you can really just take off with it. And I think everyone knows that about hybrid. You've played it any. You're going to have them handful of runs where it just goes right, and then you get the money at the end. All right, let's go 2s on top, 6s in the middle. Four, 3, 7. Again, didn't hit our 8. Missed our 8 the whole way. And again, I think it's just because we're cutting down on the available combinations to beat us. We'll win 100 at the end there. We're cutting down on the available combinations, at least in theory, right? So, my thought for everyone is maybe go try this. 100% clone, that's a great move. When you get some money out of the boxes, yeah, regress. Make that 7 hit for you. 100% right. If you've already made a couple hundred off the boxes, yeah, let that 7 be a big winner. Love it. All right, let's just see where we ended up. I'm just curious. We started with 500. I know we made some money, not a lot. We had a couple come out losers. No point hits, though. 110, 113. I mean, that is 20%. 20%, right? And again, we never hit our point, and that was what this video was about me repeating the process of not hitting the point. And that's something that instead of using dice control to fight the hardest number to fight, I'm using dice control to just make it a lot easier to not hit my point. At least from my experience, from my practice at this, from my casino experience at this. In this video, we didn't hit a single point, and we were purposely trying to not hit the point. We made it really hard, in my opinion, by putting 2 of those combinations where they have to roll the middle numbers of the dice from a par shot. I think that is a much more difficult task than people think. I think the middle numbers of the dice come up far less than the rest of them, just by the nature of how the roll works. Same thing with a helicopter toss. Same thing with the helicopter toss. In my opinion, you're not going to get as many of the side numbers, right? The idea of you're trying to keep them top and bottom numbers the same. So with any kind of spinning toss, you're going to have the same aspect. You'd have to talk to the spinning toss guys to get an idea of how to do this same thing with that. But it would be the same concept. But in my experience, and again, personally, I don't think the par toss is all that effective as far as direct manipulation, because I think when it hits, you get too much craziness out of it. But what it does, in my opinion, is you don't get the middle numbers as much as the rest of them. And if you're going to eliminate them, or at least partially eliminate them, then you can probably eliminate some of the combinations you're trying to dodge from the don't. And so that's my thought process here. And again, I would love for you guys to try this on your home tables. Some of you guys will be like, this is awesome. And some of you will be like, it never worked for me. You're an idiot. I've had that both ways the whole time I've had a craps channel. So, again, this is something I didn't just make this up, right? I've been practicing this a long time already. And I just decided, because I've been doing all this aggressiveness and hybrid stuff, and I just wanted to add this in, right? I wanted to show, hey, there's a method I use. There's a method I use. I totally agree with you, Duracell. The bone tracker, all those technologies are great and all that. But the problem with them technologies is you don't have that at the casino. You're not sitting there with that. And when you're at the casino in the heat of the battle, you don't remember all that stuff. I know personally because I've used those, and I'm like, oh yeah, if I can, roll more eights and nines and tens with this, and then halfway through it, I'm lost. I lose it because there's so much more to be thinking about when the actual money's on the line. So I try to simplify everything. I try to make it as easy as possible, not hard. And that's my goal. All right, so what we're going to do here, one last run at this. I'm going to take all the red chips, and I'm going to put them on the 11. And then I'm going to stack all these up on the dome. See if we can miss it, and then roll a 7. Do we think we can miss it again, right? I took a little break, so I'm not in the zone, in the rhythm, all that kind of stuff, which in my opinion does matter, guys. It does matter when you're in rhythm. I think you shoot totally different. And that's from my experience at the casino. When you're in rhythm, that's why when they break your rhythm, you have to kind of reset the whole world, right? When they break your rhythm with buy-ins and with the box holding the dice, and I've had so much stuff happen where the boxmen are looking at the dice. It's like, what are y'all doing? These are your dice. I didn't bring them. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So they're trying to break your rhythm, right? All right, here we go. I might roll the 11. Again, I might roll the 7 here. I might just lose. Again, I don't think I can manipulate anything about the 7. Here we go. 4, 2, 6. Perfect. We got the hardest one. One of the hardest ones, right? The 6 or the 8, right? Most difficult to miss. So here we go. A 1 week ago, Skill. 1 week ago. 1 week ago. At Horseshoe. In Tunica. But, okay, so we got the 6. We're going to double up or we're going to get smacked, right? So, in this one, I'm going to use the 4-2 with the 2s on the inside the whole way. The whole way. We're not going to change anything. That way we see if it works, right? And again, all we're hoping is that the 7 does its job and comes, right? Does the 7 do its job here? Let's see, before I get smacked. Hard 4, that was scary. That was scary, hard 4. All we're doing, seeing if the 7 will get home. So what I just said, all about the inside numbers not coming up, well, both of them came up right there. So that was, that makes me a liar. But we still didn't lose. One, two, three. So we're getting a lot of them inside numbers, right? When all of a sudden I said that, now it's all happening. But that's fine. We're not losing, right? Personally, I very rarely ever use the hard ways to hedge. Guys, I play the hard ways anyway, so generally they're not like a hedge for me. I play them because I like to play them. So they're always out there for me anyway. Well, that one jumped out of the table. Get to try that again. I had a guy tell me, your dice never come out of the table. Your table ain't real. I'm like, no, I just don't throw them like crazy man. But yeah, I play the hard ways anyway, so it just kind of works itself out. All right, 4's on top, 2's in the middle. And 5-2-7, baby. 5-2-7. Got the 2 again, but we still won. And the idea here isn't all that. It's that I'm not rolling those numbers. $5.50, just doubled our cheddar. doubled it up. Let's go again. All right, let's put 100 on the 11 and 1,000 on the don't. I bet we lose to a come out loser before we lose to a point loser. That's my bet. Hard 4, baby. Hard 4. It's a good one for us, right? We'll put the 1s on top and the 3s in the middle the whole way. Obviously, we have a huge advantage here anyway, right? I have, but I'm trying to dodge my point, Larry. That's this whole video is about me dodging the point. If I go to the all 7 set, I don't have any control over dodging my point. So we're going to go 1s on top, 3s in the middle. Six, 1, 7. 6, 1, 7. They probably would start telling me to hit the back wall, but those are still good rolls, guys. I have no control over what happens when they hit the ground. All right, so we're gonna win $1,000. $1,000 Make sure we're right. All right. So we've taken our little meager bankroll up to $2,000 now from 500. Here we go. 2,000. I guess we need to get some black chips because we got to cover the 11. We don't want to lose to the 11. I hate losing to the 11. Let's go 200 on the 11. We'll go 1,800 on the don't. When you're on the don't and you lose to the 11, it's dumb. Five, 4, 9. Here we go. Can I still dodge it? Honestly, at this point, even if I hit it here, I've still dodged it enough times I feel like to prove my point, right? Like, I don't have to do it every time to make it real. But we'll go with the 5 on top, 4 in the middle. Five, 3, 8. 5, 3, 8 right there. 5 on top, 4 in the middle. 5, 5. That's a pretty good roll. That means I stayed both up, tops up, top. It's pretty good. We'll take it. Would have been a big winner because we've been playing all that. Here we go. 3, 2, 5. Not bad. We'll take it. Here we go. 5 on top, 4 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. We'll take it. Again, all we're trying to do is get to the ugly one. Dodge our number. Hard 8. Not great for us, right? That means both middles came out. It's okay when they both come out, though. We'll live with that. We'll live with that. 5 on top, 4 in the middle. Hard 6. Three hard ways in a row, I think? No, it ain't in a row. Not in a row. We had a 3 in there. Same thing. 6, 3, 9. But that was not the 5, 4. We got the 9, but not That's the cost of doing business. We weren't trying to dodge that one. I mean, we were, but we weren't trying to use dice control to manipulate that number out. But we did run it up. Had a good time doing it, I'm sure. Again, obviously that was just for fun at the end. Still never hit our point with the number we were trying to dodge. We did end up hitting 1 point. Again, guys, that's... If I would have been dodging the 6-3, I would have been upset there. But I wasn't. Yeah, Larry can definitely, because Larry gave me my table. So Larry's the one that gave me the frame of the table, by the way, guys. Anyone that doesn't know who I'm talking about Big Kahuna. He gave me this because he's amazing. He's a great dude. But anyways, guys, so you get an idea of what I'm talking about here. Again, I hit the 9 at the end, but not the 9 we were trying to dodge. So, like I said, that's the cost of doing business on the don't. Sometimes even with what I'm showing you guys, you'll hit the other numbers, right? You're still going to hit these other ones, right? It's not like you get to dodge all of them. That's not how it's going to work. But you are cutting down so many combinations that it's going to make it far more effective for you to play the don't. Because the don't is based on the combinations of wins and losers, right? Well, if you're able to eliminate some of them, you're now in an advantage play. And you're in a positive EV play, which we showed in this video. We absolutely showed a positive EV play in this video. If you can repeat the process I showed you, you can win plenty of money. Obviously, you don't want to just keep pressing your money up. You know, we didn't have to play it that way. Obviously, we would have still been winning the other way. And guys, that's what I'm trying to show. And I'm glad you guys watched. And if you guys want me to do more of these, show this a few more times, I will. I kind of like to move on with stuff unless I'm doing a whole series of it. But again, I just wanted to put this out there. I wanted to show people that there's more parts of the hybrid that I've developed for myself that I think others can manipulate the same manipulation I do. Guys can do the exact same things I do. All I did was sit at my table and be like, how would I dodge those numbers? What would be my easiest way possibly to dodge these numbers? So I was like, well, what if I put them in the middle? And I just kept trying it. I'm like, hey, that works pretty good. And so like everyone says, I did track it. And I was like, wow, this works really good. And that's how it became reality. I never take anything to the casino that I haven't tried a whole bunch. Yes, very toolboxy. Yes, 100%. But anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching me. Don't go on very often. I still got over 20 people watching me. That's pretty amazing. Thank you, guys. That shows you still love me. No, I'm just joking. But I appreciate it. And Skill, let's try to get a hold of each other. I need to talk to you personally. And yeah, I'm going to call this a video here. Thanks, Larry. I can go live more, guys. Honestly, my son's baseball has just taken up so much of my time. We just finished the tournament, so we're done. So I'll be able to do this some more often. We got through with the baseball tournament. They lost in the semifinals. It was a brutal loss, but we lost in the semis. But anyways, moving on. You guys have a great night. This is Jacob from WagerMeThis.